Shit, I got in a fight the other day and my hand still hurting me. I got in a bare knuckle fight the other day and my hand, I wish I had my gloves on. But people don't understand that. I was fighting a lot back then, so I'm like, I'm protecting my money makers. People don't understand why I be doing something. I know I look stupid, but I said I'm gonna fight. I don't care.
That's still good marketing, though. You've always been good at that. Yeah, that's smart. You know, you stick out in some way to get people to remember you think of it. And you're right, though. It's funny. That's why when people sit there and talk about a bare knuckle, they're like, someone just talked to me about doing a bare knuckle. I was like, was it real bare knuckle? They're like, well, no, yeah, no gloves. I'm like, no. Bare knuckle is not wrapping your back of your hand and your wrist. That's not bare. You know, what I see now, like it's not bare knuckle. That's just that's like gloveless boxing. It's like, okay, that's gloveless. Yeah. They're not wearing a glove, but their hands are taped up. There's no tape over their knuckles. I'm like, who gives a shit? You reinforce their hands. I mean, those are bricks they're getting hit by. That's worse, way worse than a real fight.
Wait, I understand the concept of wrapping your hands makes the wrist stronger and the hand stronger, but you don't consider that still bare knuckle because they're
technically. I understand what he's saying, but technically your knuckles are bare. But no, it's not the same.
And then no one that. Trust me having no tape on my knuckles isn't what's protecting my hand. It's the fact that the bones now are reinforced, so that you can imagine like if I'm jousting you. If I hit you and the stick folds and snaps, well, that's where all the kinetic energy exited at, right? It doesn't go through the person, doesn't go through me. It went through. That's what happens when people hit their hands against somebody. You know, you got 26 bones in the hand, the metacarpals will crush. And so then that's where the energy goes. If you can reinforce those to where now when I hit you, that's not the weakest point. The kinetic energy doesn't disperse through there. It goes through to the object I'm hitting. So now that's way worse. That's why sometimes it's funny. People think they make things safer. I'm like, no, I actually made it more dangerous because it's like, I tell people American football has way more concussions than rugby does. But if you think about it on the surface, people go, oh man, those guys are tackling each other with no helmet, no shoulder guards. I'm like, well, yeah, I'd rather be tackled that way too. I don't want some guy with a helmet and pads on because he's going to leave his feet. That energy is still coming at me. Just now he feels safe and protected. He can go ahead. Now he's a living projectile. So same thing when I tell people bare knuckle, I'm like, hey, if we're really going to fight bare knuckle, no tape from the wrist down to my fingertips. So that way the hand's bare. And you're going to get a lot less knockouts. People aren't going to. That's why you used to have those boxing matches. Oh, they're 150 rounds. I'm like, well, no shit. They're aiming very selectively. They're not just throwing with raw and abandon. You know, a lot of body shots, a lot of really pinpoint accuracy, and you can't put everything behind it because you hit someone on the top of the head with your bare hand, and if it doesn't reinforce the back with in the wrist, your hand's exploded.
Yeah,
Frank, you're a full-blown scientist.
You didn't know that? Look at his face. He learned something.
You're a fool. That's I've been trying to get someone to explain to me the kinetic energy part for a long time because we have Coach Perillo in here, the great MMA coach, and he was telling me the same thing. And I was telling Coach Perillo, no, Coach, it don't work like that. You get hit in the face, it's gonna hurt one way or another. He goes, yes, but the energy, I never saw it broken down. So, bro, that was like poetic.
Oh, thank you, man.
He's a scientist. You didn't know that?
Stop glazing our guests now.
Stop what?
Stop glazing the guests, bro.
No, I didn't. No, you got the Krispy Kreme glazed donuts are over there for you. I didn't bring them for him. You asked me to bring you 4 Krispy Kreme glazed donuts? No?
Stop the cap.
No glazed donuts?
Stop glazing our guests. You can give them a compliment, but it's kind of like
compliment.
No. But it's kind of like you're trying to say us MMA fighters are not smart.
No, but that was broken down.
Bro, we have a lot of intelligent MMA fighters, and Frank is one of the.
If I didn't think he was intelligent, I wouldn't want him here. But that was the most simplistic way I've ever heard someone break down the wrapping of the wrist.
But it was kind of like, honestly, I saw it was kind of like a slap. It was kind of like a slap. It was like a backhanded.
Yeah, backhanded compliment.
Right? Yeah, because he's very intelligent.
No, I'm saying the way he put it together. This is the problem with you. You bully me when you have other heavyweights and light heavyweights in the room because you know you could take me now. That's the problem.
Have you ever been in a fight before? I've been wanting to ask you that because have you ever been in a fight before which is just a fight on the street growing up? Thank you. Have you ever hurt your hand like growing up fighting like on the street?
I punched a door one time, but the door broke my hand.
That's not a fight.